Oh, that's right, Guardians. Welcome. This is Windshear. The depths await you, as well as the darkness. Be showing some highlights here of the new DLC for Destiny, The Dark Below. Give you my review and impressions of this expansion that just launched here in PlayStation 4 gameplay, that is. Now, if there's one thing that's clear and constant amongst the gaming community, if you want to call it such today, is that this game will continue to polarize the community in one of two directions. You either really love this game or you really hate it. And I'm not exactly why people hate games, but that's still evident today. But I'm on the latter, on the other side argument. I really love this game. I have trouble putting it down, and I'm really pleased thus far with this DLC. Now, the criticisms out there will be more of the same of what we've already seen with the game. This DLC will fail to bring story. It will fail to bring substantive content, new content, that being new worlds, excessive amount of missions is too short. But you know, to me, if the game leaves you wanting more, it's done something right. At least it should have, and that seems to be something that all my friends do and say about this game, is that they want to have more and more and more. They want more story, they want more guns, and the DLCs touch on that, or this DLC touches on that, but it still fails to bring the quantity that people want. That being said, that doesn't mean this is a failure, and I'm greatly enjoying it. I think it's unquestionably worth $20 investment that you get. Of course, again, the argument is that you know, you essentially had this in the game already. You're just paying for the privilege to unlock it. And, you know, my argument against that is if I get 500 hours of gameplay out of an $80 investment, I think it's a pretty damn good investment. Just my humble opinion. There's far greater ways to blow your money out there in terms of entertainment expenditures. Now, the raid right now, I'll have to say, I've only played it once. This is raid gameplay. I showed you some highlights. Absolutely breathtaking. I haven't even finished it yet. I've got about through half of it, but I'll have to say, hands down, guys, the level of commitment, the level of strategy, teamwork, cohesion, bonding with your teammates, figuring out this live puzzle action gameplay, and it's tough. It's no other game can replicate this, and I'll have to come out and say that it's probably hands down one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in gaming in my 33 years of age. I've seen it all. This is hands down an unbelievable experience, and I really truly believe that, guys. It's not this fanboyism. You really need to owe it to yourself to experience something like this scale of challenge in an MMO, if you want to call it that. The visuals in this raid are incredible. It starts off right off the bat. It's so scary. You're in the depths of darkness. You're going from light pillar to light pillar. You can see the streams, I'm sure, and see what it's like out there. I mean, it's absolutely amazing to me to run through that, and the experience you feel is unparalleled in anything I've played before. And the thing, excuse me, I'm sorry. The thing about it is, with this DLC, that people tend to overlook, is the fact that we're getting PvE raid content and PvP content as well. New weapons, new Vanguard weapons, and it's like a whole new inventory of weapons out there. So there's a lot of content there if you look closely. And you can see here the team wrapping up the end of this raid, as we took a break after this, and I couldn't dedicate any more time. It took us about an hour and a half to get this far, and some players got some really good gear. And that's the excitement about this game, is when you get that gear, you should have heard these guys when they got the boots, they got the chest armor. What other game allows you to play to Tchaikovsky's Symphony 6 in live gameplay, taking out bad guys with bad weapons, badass weapons? I mean, just a little nuances in this game I just have to touch on. I mean, this is one of the story missions here in the darkness below. But just getting that gear, the excitement. At the end of this gameplay, I'll show you what I finally got, and it was a personal quest. It was almost driving me to the point of madness. Was trying to obtain the beloved Monte Carlo, one of the exclusive weapons in the PlayStation experience. Just a gun I've always wanted. I've grinded for hours and hours. Just been one of the more lucky people on the rolls, RNG rolls, which is another criticism of the game. finally achieved that at the end. I was quite elated to see that, and it's everything I hoped it to be with this weapon. I'll show some gameplay here in a moment. And like, you don't have to have the best guns in the game. Right now I'm running right here in this Crucible gameplay with a rare weapon, Problem 78F, but the rolls are everything in this game. And one of the things they say is kind of a joke is that people are very racist when it comes to Destiny and their weapon choices. They only want exotics, they only want legendaries, but they fail to overlook the fact that these rare weapons have some really good rolls. Like a focus fire roll on this weapon, it slows down the fire but does more damage, just much like the Suros does, and this thing is a monster PvP. But again, since it's a rare weapon, people just automatically delete it when they get this stuff in drops and strikes, etc. I mentioned some things there about the exclusivity. That's the criticism a lot of people have, and I tend to agree with that. There's no question if you're on the Xbox side of the fence here, you're getting shafted with the lack of a strike available to you, as well as the weapons that you saw there in the very first clip I showed you. When my friends got the 4 Horsemen, the exotic shotgun, just a badass looking shotgun, again, those exclusive weapons are only available to Sony. I'm not here to debate the business exchanges between developers and consoles. I've seen it all these years. I've seen it on Xbox with Halo. I've seen it time and time again with Call of Duty and Xbox. So I mean, this goes both ways, guys. You gotta get over it. And just it's the nature of the beast. But there's no question that. Xbox is getting a little bit shorted with this DLC, but I still think it's a good investment. The rate alone justifies this, again, and the new weapons as well. And I enjoy all aspects. Again, $20 to me is a very small investment into the enjoyment level that you'll get out of this game, but that's what it boils down to. Do you enjoy this game? If you don't, you probably don't really care about any of this. You're probably not even watching this at this point. But I do enjoy this game. I really enjoy, again, like I've said before, the PvP and the PvE balance. Seldom do I ever find any interest in single-player experiences, and this game has rekindled that for me, and that says a lot, because I can't even get into games like Grand Theft Auto 5 because they just don't interest me. I have no interest in that, but for some reason this game strikes a chord with me. I think it's incorporating the RNG rolls into it. That chance of getting that next weapon is always a constant lure. It's always around. It potentially could always be around any corner with a legendary drop, etc. And I don't think you'll ever get old of that feeling when you've got a legendary primary engram and you're decoding that at the Cryptarch to see if you get that exotic drop or that field scout perk on that gun that you want. So. A lot of aspects of this game I just can't shake. I continually to push myself, and the competitive aspect of it and multiplayer is something I haven't really experienced before. It's up there with Battlefield and my Call of Duty history, but it's a different feel, it's a different vibe, and again, it's all about the weapons in this game. It's about finding those right perks that work for the game mode, and not all game modes are the same. Here you can see some of the new maps. I'm showing highlights of PvP. This map surprised me. Skydock, I believe is the name of this map. Just a big open map. I jumped into it, and initially I thought I wasn't in Crucible anymore. I'm like, did I select the wrong game mode, or am I in a strike or something? I didn't realize that this was an actual Crucible map, and how big and open this is. We haven't seen this before in Destiny, and it's a tribute to the developers. They always listen to the community. They always change the game. They patch this game so much already. They're drinking from a fire hose with feedback from the community, and they actually listen. And that's something that you cannot give enough credit for with good games and developers, is when they actually listen to the community and they change things. And they actually do this with Bungie, and I'm really pleased to say that. This map is a big departure from the maps you've seen before, these interior corridor maps. It's all outside. It's very, it's a different pace of the multiplayer. Much more long-range engagements, and watch out for snipers. And it really just shows how good the community is in this game. I mean, there's some really good competitive shooters out there that can handle their weapons and know them well. No limitations of them. As you can see me here, I'm sticking to this corridor in the central location of this map. I'm using this heavy LMG and trying to keep these engagements in my comfort zone, where I know the strengths where I will have the advantage, and more of a CQB, a medium range engagement. But I know if I go wandering outside, or if I expose myself in these corridors to outside fire, I'm vulnerable to sniper fire, which is coincidentally how this clip ends here in a moment. So what does it boil down to? I mean, again, We're getting a new raid, which I think is much better than the last one, and that's only haven't seen half of it. You're getting new weapons, legendary weapons. Again, PlayStation's getting a new strike, which I'll have to say is the best strike out of all of them. It's hands down my favorite strike. And it's, I think for $20 you're getting a good amount of content here. And the Nightfalls here is this week is the one of the new strikes as well. So I think you're getting a good amount of content. I'm really enjoying the game. I apologize again to my Battlefield community. I will have Battlefield content to come, and just right now I'm enveloped in this game. Yet again, it sucked me back in. I'm sorry. I said I was going to come back to Battlefield and post more gameplay, and sure enough, that has not happened since. And with the holidays and everything, gaming time is always limited. But for those of you on the PC side of the fence, I know you're a little jaded about this game. Trust me, I know I share your frustration with that. I will have to say though, if you guys could play this game, you really would speak differently about it, because I know a lot of the negativeness out there stems from the fact that this isn't even available on those platforms, that platform in particular. But that could change someday. But for now, I believe this game's criticism is unwarranted. It does have legitimate concerns, but for most part, the game is very enjoyable play, and it keeps players coming back. When I first logged on to play this when it launched, 4 a.m. in the morning, checked my friends list, and I had 3 separate raid groups going already. That's 18 players were already playing the raid right off the bat as soon as it launched, because they wanted to experience it. That virgin gameplay, the unseen experience, and that describes a lot about this game, that people have that level of commitment. I've never seen that before in any kind of gaming experience. When a DLC launches, that people are literally up at 1 a.m. in the morning when it launches in Pacific time to get that first chance of experiencing it. I mean, you just don't really see that with, frankly, Battlefield DLCs, or even maybe Call of Duty. I guess there's that level of hype there, but there's unquestionably that I think people got it wrong with this game, and I think it's time for a lot of these review agencies and YouTubers out there that were critical of this game. I mean, you have to understand this is an evolving game, and that there's always going to be content coming and changes coming. Now, maybe when it launched, it was a little bit light on the content, but the fact of the matter is, even when it launched in the state it did, that it captured a lot of audiences and maintained that enthusiasm, and myself included in that boat. The claims that this game would last a month and then die off were completely unfounded in comparison to games like Titanfall, which that turned out to be the case. With that being said, though, there are a lot of people that have left this game and continue to be critical of it, and say that it doesn't bring what they expect it to. And you have to respect those players as well. But for the most part, I think it's a game that, even though you're doing a lot of the repetitive tasks over and over, the lure of the next drop, of improving your character, maybe making a new character, it's enough there to make you want to play it more and more. And I'll have to say I'm extremely pleased with this DLC and the game franchise as a whole. With that being said, I will sign off here at the conclusion. You can see the epic drop, and thank goodness it dropped now because of the higher weapon damage tiers for exotics. So I'm got a little bit of advantage there. Don't have to wait to upgrade this weapon. Go straight into a higher damage model. Very excited for this. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe. Destiny, Dark Below, it's a buy for me. Strong buy, that is. One of the best games, and again, that raid is hands down one of the best gaming experiences I have ever played. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the battlefield.